Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be trying to play Golgari a little bit. We're basically taking the mono black shell and trying to add some green into it to see if it's worth even attempting to add additional green cards in and maybe help Golgari find its way back into the meta. It's definitely been kind of kicked around a little bit and mono black has just taken its place in the meta in general, but what if we can get some green cards to kind of help us out? So our deck is all revolving around committing crimes for the most part. There are some value cards in the deck like robbery, but that also commits a crime because it does target. Or there's things just like cease to help us out, but it also commits a crime. And we obviously got shielded at that top end to help us out as well. But the main green pieces we're adding to help us do this is Free Stride, Lookout, and we're basically playing this to ramp. Anytime we commit a crime, we look at the top 5, put a land from that top 5 into the battlefield tapped, and go about our day. It's triggered once a turn. Other than that, we have Spelunking to try to help all of our lands that do enter the battlefield tapped to have them enter untapped, whether that's off of Free Stride, Lookout, or they just generically enter tapped regardless out of the Restless Cottage and a Sunken Citadel. Something to watch out for though is Spelunking does gain 4 life if you put it in a cave this way off of its ETB, draw an additional land play, and Sunken Citadel is indeed a cave, so sometimes you can play this after you play Spelunking and it will gain you 4 life. Pretty valuable against the mono red decks. Other than that, we have the Cease and Desist. This is kind of like a two-way card, kind of if we ever go against enchantments or artifacts and we just can't quite get through because they're getting too much value, we have a farewell type effect on it for just them to destroy all artifacts and enchantments. But the Cease side is what is really nice. We target their graveyard. It's a crime. We can target our own if we have to, just if we want to gain 2 life and draw a card. This works out very well. Sometimes even targeting Ancestral Angers in the aggro matchup is worth just playing this card over and taking their little bit of value away. The other reason I'm kind of wanting to splash Golgari is we already are green in Golgari is because we already know how strong mono black is, but I want to give ourselves a little bit higher in plays whenever we're trying to get our Gissa in play and trigger it. Whereas if we just generically hit our 5th mana, play Gissa, it still has a lot of chances to get instantly removed from play. But if we are ramping with something like Spelunking or Free Stride or Lookout, we can always play Gissa. And if we don't have a Tiny Bones in play, Tiny Bones joins up that is, we can use something like a Cut Down, a Duress after, or a Go for the Throat on our opponent's turn to trigger a crime and make sure we're getting value out of Gissa instead of spending 5 mana to play this and getting it removed from something that our opponent does. Outside of that, we're going to go ahead and hop into the games. I hope you all enjoy them. And if you do enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. I truly appreciate it. It helps out the channel a ton. Other than that, I just enjoy you watching the video. So let's go ahead and dive in. Oh, we go first. I like this hand a lot. We'll keep it. Half land pass. Control. No way, dude. All right. This one? I mean, yeah, this is definitely nowhere lies. Although, I feel like I play Control probably like the last 4 or 5 times I play Control, they've always had a no more lies. Like, no matter what. Which is, fine. Those most of the time are the hands you keep when you're like, oh, I have the turn 2 no more lies to protect myself. But, come on now. We could just not have it every time. That would also be cool, you know? Do I play the Graveyard Trespasser here? I think so. It's just a hard card for them to remove. Their shield's down. Because they thought getting rid of this immediately was the best play. Very, I think a very loose field call. Field room is not even that bad. You just hold it up as your removal. Now we spend full mana on this. Now we discard a card. This is why, Graveyard Trespass is so good. I think we have good odds in this matchup, by the way. Just because of the way our opponent's kind of playing. They're tapping out on, every turn. Which isn't typically, a control thing to do. But we do have to hit something other than lands at some point. Like that card. That card's pretty good. I like that card a lot, actually. I'm not even going to attack. I don't want to walk into a Wandering Emperor. Oh, I thought they were going to do it. If you don't know, when Field of Ruin started getting played and Demo Field started getting played pretty popularly, opponents decided the best way around it was to basically try to target people's demo fields with a demolition field, and then you just sack it in response and they get no value. Let's see if they go for a draw here. This also targets our opponent, so we're still going to get like free strider lookout. Go for a draw. I'm not playing around no more lies. I'm just going to fire this off for 4. Target. Free side trigger. Like, they're going to counter this if they have it regardless, which then takes their mana down, so I can then remove Jace. But they're going to counter this because this is a draw 4 from their deck. No, they're not. I lied. Sure. Maybe they just value Jace way more. Interesting, to say the least. I'm getting Jace off the board whether they want me to or not. Here. Here. Here? I'm lost myself, to be honest. The draw spit's very good. That's a card draw for us. Now we can move to combat, and at the beginning of combat, the mana will go away, and then we can bring up our little thing here. Yep, so the mana's gone. Now we bring up the cottage. We move to combat. They can march cottage for 1, which is fine, which allows our free stride lookout to still get a lot of value. And by march this for 1, yeah, they can spend 0 mana to do so. That's fine. That's 3 marches already, so I doubt they have anything for that. Yeah, 3 there, and not those are cards that I have. Did they fix the bug? There was another bug as well, or like a thing that wasn't supposed to work the way it does. This like basically told you what your opponent hit. If it was like a land, you would see like 1 less card. So how we had 4 cards and 1 of them was a land. I actually saw that 3 cards, so they knew 1 was. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. Just draw. Could memory to lose, but then they get memory to lose, so that just seems like a bad idea. Let's try drawing a card here, see what's up. Alright, another land. Exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wished for. Citadel. Swamp. Tiny bonus joins up, make you discard a card. Get rid of Soul Partition. So that tells us that they're the Jace mill win condition. Anytime you see this card and Jace in the same deck, they're pretty much ready to just barrel them both at you. I might even have to just... I might have to just memory to lose. I don't want to because it gives them memory to lose value. But like... it also is giving me value, you know? Make a creature. That's a go for the throat target. That's an annoying creature. That's an annoying card. It's not a creature at all. A plus. This is what I'm saying, where I think like they're very much on the I'm going to get your stuff out of the way kind of plan, and then mill you immediately. Put a Mirrex into play. That kind of snapped resolved. I might just have to memory deluge. I don't think I have a choice. Feel like I kind of have a choice. I'm gonna feel so bad if I get board wiped here though. But Tiny Bones comes in. I target my opponent. Mirrex seems good. And I will in turn. No attack. No reason to make it super vulnerable here. I'm pretty close. I'm not close to 20, but
we can improve upon your idea.
got a Sunfall. Make it 2-2. Kind of tells me it's not a sunfall.
Guards, to me.
This one. Now I think it's the time I can do it. I want to look in my graveyard. I have a tiny bones joints up in there as well. Okay. You. Grab you. Grab you. Alright. Hostile investigator. Probably by far the best draw I could have had. Probably not looking to do anything with these right now, that's for sure. Fire off hostile investigator. I will target you. I will have triggers happen. No hit? Sure. These also have menace, by the way, so they're very good at getting to this Jace. I feel like I have to commit, though. Do I have to commit? I could force them to do stuff first. And then, like, chip away at their last card? Sure. Let's try that. Here. Here. We kind of knew that was coming. I assume my Gis is gone. They go for... Yes. That makes sense. Still gets Jace off the battlefield if it works. It does. Next.
You are not much of a roadblock.
Oh, they don't have menace anymore, so it doesn't get Jace off the battlefield. I thought they were just made with menace. That kind of sucks, but either way, Jace is pretty close. Now we do this. I target my opponent. Airvac triggers. I pick my Tiny Bones. I play Tiny Bones. Get that last card in hand. I'll just keep the copy, because the copy puts the real version into my graveyard. And then I will just these for this part, hitting this Memory Deluge. It's Jace, I guess. And I'll target myself. And I will spend 0 on this. So we take away their draw. We take the last card in hand. We put them in top deck mode. We mill over another Jace. I play land. I say go ahead. They draw Sunfall, and I lose. God, how sick of a play would that be? Honestly, tippable. Don't you dare. 2 draws. Did you find it? They make a 2-2.
Try not to let your blade do the talking.
Wow, they did not hit it. Okay. Egg. Let's shoot this thing out of my way. I got game actions to take. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it's gotta be 5. You. Mid-0 for right now. Long goodbye, uncounterable. Outrageous robbery, getting this potential last card, whether it be counterspell or not. 3 steps ahead, make a copy, do the thing. Sure. Do I have a way to get this lethal through still? I'm not sure. Make another clue. That's gone. So they block the biggest creature, which is this. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Could have done this. But if I do this, I get that out of the way. I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I actually think I have enough. Let's do this. Hold on. I do have a go for or cut down in here, right? I do not have a cut down in here. Why did I think I had a cut down in here? So now I'm actually short. Yes. Did I already use my cut down? Why did I think I had cut down? Are my games merging? Yeah, so I'm just short, right? 1, 2, 3. I guess maybe I should have left one more mana open for this. A little tough. Sure. Intern. There's something kind of cool here, by the way, is you can put a stop on their upkeep thanks to Karvak, and you can actually put, like, you can look at their graveyard and commit a crime, and then if you have like a duress in your yard, you can duress them at instant speed. Yeah, sweet. All right. Ooh. Do we like this hand or do we hate this hand? If I hit a couple lands in a row, this hand is just fire in general, even though we do play green in this deck. I'm gonna actually try it. Give it the old 1-2. We'll play our tap land. Have a cut down held up next turn when available. Sacrifice, probably Rakdos if I had to take a guess. You see a swamp? Orzhov. Okay. Where's Bronco? Nightmare. Okay. Honestly, just because where we're at, I'll probably just go ahead and get rid of Gissa here. Oh, they get to return that? That's wild. That's fine, but we're still gonna get rid of this. Not a fan of having to deal with that. Oh, we hit land right on the curve that we want to. This one. Play like a nice, decent threat here. We'll probably end up blocking the freebooter regardless. Because we have kind of a backup one, and they are legendary, so it matters like a little bit. So we're just going to get kind of discarded out of this game. I'm going to keep the Karvak in case like I lose another one here. No attack whenever we played a Varan. That seems loose, to say the least. I feel like there definitely should be maybe an attack there. Submit 0. Don't really have quite the mana for it. If you make a clue, it's going to help out a lot with the amount of discard they've done so far, but we're pretty on par with their discard strategy. Not what I thought they were going to play. What's the card? I thought they were going to play the white and the black one. I think they make the right call here. They even sack that. I'd take 2 from Ran. Because obviously this has way more value than the other things. I think I have to just play it here. And then kind of just hope it lives. When it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target non-land permanent. Wow. That says non-land permanent is kind of wild. An attack here for 3. We just let hostile investigator. When's this got a cast? It's weird because when I target with demo field, before it's done resolving, Karvak will target, and then I won't be able to cast it because I'll be too much mana down, right? Yeah, so that's a little weird. I don't like that. I'm just going to let it hit. I'm also afraid of the 3-drop that brings a creature back. I think this is too large. Market Gnome? That's actually pretty sick. That's like a really good sack kind of card. You get to have it die, draw, things like that. Super dope. Another land. Hostile Investigator going to be the card that comes back here. They have one card in hand. We might be dragging ourselves out of this. This sucks. I actually prefer it not to be in the graveyard. I would prefer to get this out of the way. I'll target the hostile. And I'll cast it here. Taking 2 damage, but force them to get rid of that last card in hand. I submit 0 here. Unless, of course, it's an instant spell. It kind of was. Get that out of the way. And now I'm okay with trading off the copy here. Obviously, they're going to block to draw a card, but I have to try to close the game, I think. I don't have a whole lot of time. They should block with the Market Gnome. There should be no reason not, unless they're hoping to draw maybe a Ruthless Lawbringer. They sack first before they decide. Because if the Lawbringer's on top, they're going to want to keep the Market Gnome so they can play the Lawbringer next turn, sacking the Market Gnome, killing a creature of mine. But instead, they scry 2, third bottom, take a draw. Go up to 20. Again, I still have my blocker. Care back good. Now, Demo Field on a land doesn't feel near as bad. I don't have a creature to sack, so I'll take out block. Especially with this online, it feels much better to keep my life total slightly high while I can. Nothing there. Land, sure. Shieldred, there is no way. You sweet queen. I love you so much. What a draw. Now I don't really care about this as much. I got a little bit of life gain to give here. I'm down to trade these off so they don't have a Lawbringer opportunity. Maybe they'll feel obligated to trade it, which actually kind of works out better for me. Just because now I have that option in my graveyard cooked and ready to go. Sacrifice another artifact. So this is technically a 3-2. Don't get deceived by that. I have Death Touch though, so Shieldred's going to get busy. Or I could just remove it. Honestly, removing it probably just makes sense. Let's get this out of here. It's already an untapped source. I'll target my... Go for the throat. Take this out. Yep. I don't have anything for 2 mana in here that I want to play, so I'll do that. You could have done cut down, but I guess that only goes to a 3-2, so it would have been removable. Grab our swamp. Now we have the mana to activate this. I think that's just a channel. Yep. Just double attack here. Probably won't draw. Probably will cycle the Takenuma here and grab like an Investigator or something. You want me to sack a creature? Sure. Card pretty cool. Do this. Honestly, let's just grab Gissa. Let's just play it. Has that ward, has really good protection here. Just target. Oh, can we do that? I kind of want to know regardless. If I do 0, can I target them? For Gissa? Be super cool. I'm pretty sure you can, even though I put no mana into it. I think they'll just do 0, so our robbery for no mana, just the 2 black that we have, and 0 would target them to make 2 more creatures off this, which is very cool. Okay. I have green mana for reasons. I don't have a whole lot of green spells, but I think they're worth playing to some extent. We gotta try to make Golgari relevant again. Reed Duke tried at the Pro Tour. We're trying here on Best of 1 Arena Ladder and Plat. Same tier level, right? Can you imagine? Let's take a look. Go for the throat's good. Cut down. Cut down's actually not that great. We just have hard control, so we just take the go for the throat. The cut down's good, but like most of my things dodge it, I believe, in general. Let's do this. We name black because that's the mana I believe we need it on for like a few things. Just target you to discard. I don't want to discard. You can do that. You can do that part yourself. Sure. Dross. The Dross land is what I was thinking of, by the way. This is fine. I don't really care that much. Take the action. We grab a swamp. We note that there's 3 more left in the deck. They did have another demo field, so they might be pretty high on kind of spot up removal for that stuff. But boy, oh boy, are they going to be upset when they start seeing us play Mirrex. But go for the third's going to be good. They also play Mirrex. They main board main phase memory deluge. Sure, I guess. Huh? Now what do I start doing? Do I start making Mirrex tokens or do I just slam it shielded here? I kind of just want to make Mirrex tokens. I'm unsure. I'm unsold. Because, like, eventually we got to get to go for a third out, but we have plenty of ways to potentially play, like, Karavak and then duress them again, make sure it's gone. But who knows? Aklazots. Akla who? Make my 1/1. I got stuff to do on your turn regardless, so I don't really care. Play this, do black. Go ahead and get this out of the way. Neither of us meet that kind of requirement anytime here. Attack for 1. Now they'll kind of be forced to cut down this. And now that we have the Sunken Citadel, activating Mirrex will cost way less. No land drop for my opponent. Sure. Now 1/2 activate 1/2, and then this would be 3. So I should just play a Blooming Marsh here, I think. Make my land drops while I can. Cut down? Sure. Nothing like Mirrex forcing them to use cards, which is always what you want. Now, this could be an opportunity to slam Shieldred, but I think, again, just keep making Mirrex tokens. I'm perfectly fine with. Sure. Uh-huh. I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm not that concerned, I don't think. Make a little might. Sure. Hostile Investigator is pretty good here. Mirrex number 2. Now I have double Mirrex activations. Attack. Sure. I mean, I'm winning this race regardless, so I'm just cool to sit here and go back and forth. They hit a land. You get bonked. Up to 3. Activate. They could have a Tidebinder, by the way. That's something we do have to concern ourselves with. Don't worry, chat. This is just the weird way games gotta go sometimes. I haven't found a Graveyard Trespasser yet, which is what I really want. Or like any other way to commit any crimes. I could play this Hostile Investigator and just kind of force it to be like a 2-for-1 scenario. And I think that's fine. Where I kind of target them, they discard, and then they remove it. So everything seems good there. Or they Tidebinder this, I guess. Or they just counter it. That's also an option. Although, I guess maybe I should have waited on the Mirrex plan. It's like... double Mirrex here is really good. But we get what we want. They do it before I will get the discard, so the clue doesn't come in. Which is fine. We know these are all spells because they missed a land drop. Second Memory Deluge is not great. This one, I already opted to not do the Mirrex plan for one more turn, so I'm going to play a Shieldred. Target you, I guess. Make another token. That's fine. Oh, nice. Another go for the throat. Sure. No Memory Deluge available because they discard 1, hit me for 3. Maybe cut down 1. Sure. That was kind of the other thing, is like I wasn't entirely sure that it was going to be lethal. Yeah, combat. Now I'll have lethal lined up with my Mirrex tokens. They'll be slightly 1 short. That's fine. I think I can do it all though. Actually, they have exactly. That's funny. There's an uncounterable way to do it. Yeah, because we're still short, right? Hey, one into this. Just one or less. One or fewer. Even it'll come back tapped. So it doesn't really matter that much, I guess. Pop that. Save ourselves a little bit of time here. Sure. Again, this comes back tapped. Destroy all creatures with mana value 2 or less. Sure. It resets their clock. Doesn't necessarily reset mine. It like kind of does, but it like doesn't, you know? This one? This one. Field Ruin? Yep. Attack. Set them to 8. Have my Mirrors available. If they try to like Memory Deluge here, I get to Field of Ruin their Mirrors. That becomes not a problem anymore. Now obviously they can Field of Ruin mine. But doing this here, I'm going to activate. Maybe they have a second Path of Peril. It'd be a pretty cool play. I'll definitely take the action. I like deck thinning as much as the next guy. Got a Path of Peril or just a cut down? I will sacrifice one of these. Sure. No card in hand. Field Ruin this. Trigger here. Restless Cottage is fine. Twamp. Play one of these. Memory Deluge 1, I guess. Attack. Now we have like Mirrors activation. They have to kind of double block, and attack doesn't really work. They don't need to draw a card. Maybe they know they're just dead to it and they have to do this, which is fine with me. Good game? Are you just going to deadly cover up? Yeah, that's tough. Maybe they have it, maybe they don't. They're going to force me to do it, which is what they should do. Look at us. It's the battle of the Mirrors. Have you ever played a blue-black game against a Golgari game and the game ends in you infecting your opponent and you end at 8 infect? Like, why play Bant Poison at all when you could just play these decks? Very sick. Okay, so here we are. I played Golgari today, but there's a lot more reasons outside of green that I wanted to play these colors. And that was honestly more or less to play still kind of like a discard synergy deck in a way, but also have the fact that I can play creature lands as well with like the Restless Cottage and Mirrors, and it make a little bit more sense along with playing Sunken Citadels and just going that route and seeing if green's even worth splashing into the kind of already strong mono black deck. And honestly, probably not. As cool as this is, we played 26 lands, which, by the way, I felt like there was a couple of games I could have drawn an extra land if I was playing 26. But when you get Freeze Strider Lookout going, it is very good. However, you have to get it going. And sometimes, especially right now, and this could be like a bad time to test it, it was so hard to get it in play and then remove something. Because I did play a lot of kind of control matchups, and a lot of my removal was just dead there. For example, like, if I put this in play against control, does nothing, kind of can do something, but probably does nothing. Can target a planeswalker, but I have to wait for that. Graveyard Trespasser, if they haven't done anything, and besides like counter this, does really nothing because it doesn't have a card in their yard to target. Now, Robbery does target them, but like in theory, the early value you want to get with this when you play it and then play like a cut down, or like you play it and go for throw something, you just don't get that here with how kind of the meta shift is right now, where I wasn't running into a lot of things that would benefit from it. So right now, is it worth it? No. In the future, will it be? Maybe. Obviously, things also get a little weird with rotation, because like obviously we lose this card and maybe green finds a little bit more space in the meta because aggro's a little less aggressive with Kamanos and stuff dropping out and Play with Fires being gone. So like, do you have time to set up these free strider lookouts? Maybe. I think it probably will do what most formats do and get a little bit more mid-rangey for a while, and then maybe mono red will find some extra cards to play, or like the aggro decks will still be slick shotting away, or the big control decks will still be around. However, they also lose a lot in general, but Merrick's being a card I think as well as we lose, along with Dross Pit. But we still get to keep a card like the Restless Cottage. We still get to keep a Demo Field or Ruin. No, that's original Ixalan. Maybe we don't get to keep either of these. I don't remember. But outside of that, is it worth splashing green at all? I just don't think so. Not right now. I think in the future it will be. Will Golgari find a way back home? Maybe. I just think the black creatures are better. I think Karavek's better. I think Graveyard Trespasser is still better than like Free Stride Lookout, especially when Karavek's in play and you're getting that value. I think playing Deep Cavern Bat's just better than most of these cards. I think playing there's just so many other cards that I'd much rather be playing than any green card for this type of mid-range strategy in general. So outside of that, that's kind of really all I have to say about it. I mean, it's just mono black with extra steps, and it's probably not worth it. So other than that, I hope you all enjoyed the video regardless, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.